everybody. If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can hear me so we can kick off our. Okay, perfect. I see a lot of thumbs up.
I can hear you, but I can't see anybody.
Oh, Ryan, I can't see you either. Like you disappeared again. Okay, we're gonna get that fixed. Don't worry. But I'm glad you're here. We at least know that you made it into the room. We're gonna figure out the picture part. All right. I just want to welcome everybody to the hang today. My name is Jade. I'll be your host. You guys are in for an absolute treat because our hang virtual watch parties are absolutely a blast. All right. This one today is being presented by Smoky Bones as we watch Ohio State take on Notre Dame. And here's the thing. We want you to make the most out of your hang today. So if this is your first time hanging with us, here are a few tips to make your hang experience the best experience. All right. Hang is all about the interaction. So the more you interact, the better the hang is. All right. So VIPs, if you're a VIP, you'll notice that there's a call out next to your name. We want you to turn on your camera, stay on mute. If you have a question, then you're going to put it in the chat and I'll actually call on you and I'll have you unmute yourself, which is right below the chat, your unmute button. And then you'll get a chance to actually ask the stars the questions yourself. All right. If you don't see VIP next to your name, you still have access to put your questions in the chat. And I'll read it for you. We'll shout you out and everything, but I'll actually be the one to tee up your questions to our stars. All right. Also, for everybody who's joining us from Facebook Live or Twitch, you still have time to join us live. All you have to do is go to let'shang.live to register, or you can sit back and enjoy the show. It's completely up to you. All right. Today's hang will actually run through the first half, so make sure you're making the most of your time. Get all your questions in. Don't wait till the last minute. Everybody regrets not asking that one question when they have the stars on. So please make sure you get your questions in. Matter of fact, you can start putting your questions in the chat right now. All right. Now, tonight's hang is actually special because not only is it featuring two legendary college football programs, but tonight's hang is co-hosted by a legend himself. I am so excited about this, you guys. He's a basketball analyst for CBS, an announcer in NBA 2K. So for all my gamers, you hear his voice all the time. Former Big Ten Hoops MVP for Ohio State and played several seasons in the NBA. Y'all give it up. I got to see those hands going crazy for Mr. Clark Kellogg. Woo! What's up, Clark?
Hey, Jade, what's happening? Good
What's
to see you. Great to be with you. And I can't wait to see what my Buckeyes are going to do tonight in South Bend. Are they going to handle business? The test will be great, but I think they're ready to meet the challenge.
I love it. I love it. Well, I see the noise talking is already happening. So let me even this out a little bit, you guys. I see another star that just jumped on. Former Notre Dame running back and team captain, won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. Ryan Grant. What's up, Ryan? Uh-oh. There you go.
We in there? What's up?
Yeah, we're in here. All right. And we see you too, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm back. I got my camera back.
All right.
I'm excited. I actually think I was a little concerned. I thought the game originally was in the Buckeyes in the horseshoe, but now now that it's home, I think we're gonna get it done.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Also, regarded as one of the greatest NFL wide receivers of all times, Walter Payton Man of the Year in 1999 and Ohio State All-American. I see Mr. Cris Carter, and he has a guest with him. What's up, Cris?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Say hi, Lola. Say hi. She's a big Buckeye fan, big football fan, sports fan, because she watches it with me. But welcome. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to the game.
And did you say her name is Lola?
Lola, yes.
Lola.
Her name is Lola, and she's a showgirl. Right? Yeah.
I love that. And also, I think I saw somebody else jump in. I wonder if he's here yet. I'm looking around. I think, is Greg in yet? I think I saw Greg jump in. Let's see. Let me make sure. All right.
Okay, draft teams. A bonus bet back if you lose, giving people a second chance. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you've had your fair share of those.
Somebody has who it is. We have a loud TV.
Miami or Buffalo, Washington, Tampa, New York.
All right, that's Jeffrey. Jeffrey, can you mute yourself for me? It's right underneath the chat. Got it. There you go. All right, great job. I appreciate that. All right, fellas, as we're kicking off our hang today, let's talk about it. How big is this game for your respective teams? I'll start with you, Ryan, because you're the loner in the room right now.
I know. I'm okay with that. I think that this is a big test, considering, having Hartman as a new quarterback. Notre Dame started off fast. They started off pretty well in these first couple games, but they haven't really been tested, in my opinion, with a team that is respectable and real competition. So I'm looking forward to seeing a team like Ohio State that's been dominant over the past few years and clearly is a respectable program to come in and see how they handle that pressure with Hartman. But I look forward to it, man. I think we match up very well with each other. So I expect it to be a good game, and it'll probably come down to the end.
All right. Do we want to give any predictions? We love predictions on Hang.
Oh, we love prediction. We do. I think it'll be something like, I'm going to say like 35, 36, 31. I'm going ND, of course. So I'm thinking it's in the mid-30s with ND edging it out a little bit.
Okay. I feel you on that. Appreciate that. All right, Cris, it's on you. Let's talk about it.
I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely a huge test. These institutions don't play each other very often. Look at two of the top 5 most winningest teams in the history of college football, the history with it. So, yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. We're going to South Bend. We want to see how good our team was. We were national semifinalists last year, looking to try to get back into the playoffs, try to win the Big Ten again this year. So this is a good test to see where we are, see where our quarterback is. But we got talent up and down the roster. Can we match the talent with the physicality and play a good game on the road? So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
I feel like I'm watching TV when I listen to Cris talk right now. This is so crazy. Isn't that cool? That is so freaking cool. I love that. All right, Clark, you got to jump in on the predictions. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to score somewhere in the high 20s, 28-20 Buckeyes. And like Cris said, I too am looking forward to seeing how this Buckeye team handles the challenge of being on the road against a formidable opponent. How does our quarterback, who is in his first year as a starter, handle the dynamics of being on the road against a really good team that has motivation from having lost here in Columbus a year ago? I know the personnel has changed somewhat, but there's always that psychological edge for the team that's lost a recent matchup with the same opponent. So I'm looking forward to what my Buckeyes can do in South Bend.
I love that. Well, you know what? I see a really cool comment. I'd love to have Bill P. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself. I see you have a comment for Clark. Bill, go ahead and unmute yourself. You turn your camera off. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. I can hear you now, Bill. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Hey, Clark, love you, brother.
Hey, Bill.
So we went to Miami University basketball camp together in '76, and you were 6'7", skinny as a rail, and I handed you the ball and said, "Show me your dunk, big man. I'll never be able to dunk." And you said, "No, I don't want to take a chance on ruining my NBA career."
Is that right?
Yeah. Your team ended up finishing
47 years ago.
Yes, sir. You knew your knees were bad even back then, apparently.
No, I didn't have any pre-knowledge about that. I was hopeful I would play a lot longer than I did, but I'm glad I got a chance to realize the dream, even though it was short-lived.
Yeah, it was sweet. That was the first year they were allowed to dunk because of the Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rule in Ohio.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
go
Bill.
Buckeyes. Love you, brother. Love the way you share your faith, Clark.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Bill. God bless you, man.
What a cool story. Do you know how many times Bill has probably told that story about handing you that ball? Isn't that great?
I'm sure he's probably told it a lot, Jay. That's part of the joy and uniqueness of being connected in sports. It just has a way of connecting people, and the stories last for a lifetime.
I love that. That's neat.
Clark, I just want to know, how do your knees feel?
My knees are good. Hey, Ryan, I'm bone on bone in both of them, but I'm functioning better than my x-rays look. So we're going to keep on stiff arming. Keep on stiff arming the replacement, man.
I'm with that. I can appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Those knee replacements are no joke. My mom just had one. So
really?
yeah. Yeah, that's a tough recovery right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it
I
to
got to share
Heisman
with
for as
Clark.
long as I can.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we have somebody else that just unmuted. Hold on, let me see who it is. Bill? Bill's telling somebody in the background the same story. There we go. Okay, I appreciate it. All right. We actually have a question from the chat from Ronte. Ronte is normally one of our Hang VIPs. This is for Clark as well. It says, hold on, I just lost you, Ronte. Hold on. Oh, what is the most exciting game that you've commentated?
Oh, wow. The most exciting game I've commentated. There have been so many over 30 years of doing it. I would probably say one would be the first time I called the national championship game for CBS Sports in 2009. It was Michigan State and North Carolina with the Tyler Hansbrough team. Not because the game was so great, but the opportunity I had dreamed of having to be next to Nance calling the game on CBS. That was a dream I had once I got into the broadcasting space. So that first time calling the national championship game was probably one of my highlights.
Very good. I love that. Robert W. says, Cris, sorry I missed your induction into the Hall of Fame. Do you know Robert, Cris?
I don't know. If I would have known him, he'd have been there.
So honest. Oh, that's hilarious. My goodness.
I appreciate it. We can YouTube it.
That is so funny. Well, maybe he was out somewhere and wasn't able to watch it on TV. Okay.
I appreciate it.
So Cris, let's talk about that. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when you're getting these big awards. Do they let you invite whoever you want? Because you've had many awards over the years, or is it limited? And how do you pick who's going to be there? Jeffrey, go ahead. There you go. All right.
Well, I have been blessed. Sports has been a blessing to me since I was a kid. It's always what I wanted to do and be able to do it at the highest level. It all got started at Ohio State. I would say it ended in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but I've just been put in situations that organizations and coaches got the best out of my ability. I was very, very fortunate to be able to stay injury free for the most part. Not like Clark, and not to belittle that, because he was a teammate of my brother with the Indiana Pacers. So I've been knowing Clark since I was a kid. So the ability to be able to have a long career in the NFL is very, very rare. So I was very, very fortunate. But celebrations like the Hall of Fame, yes, I had the legendary DJ Biz Marquis. He was there as my guest. I had all my friends back. I'm talking about my first ones. Everyone, family, friends there in Ohio. Actually, the housing project that I grew up in Southwest Ohio is 241 miles exactly to George Hallis Hall Lane, there at the steps of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But it seemed like a million miles away. But my journey and the Buckeyes and the people of Ohio really supported me, made it all possible.
That's awesome. So, Cris, when you're getting ready to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, do they give you a rider, or do they say you are limited to 20 guests, 25, or is it like, this is your world, this is your time, so you get to do what you want on these days?
No, you pretty much get to do what you want. Now, you are limited as far as the speaker, the time, because, we are on a TV show on NFL Network and ESPN, so you do have a time restraint. But the Minnesota Vikings, I think they gave me like $200,000 for my party to spend on my party.
What?
So it's like a wedding. No, I spent it all too. Oh no, we had everything. We had every beverage, every snack. We had every childhood dessert when you came in, our little knick-knack, little Jolly Ranchers, gummy bear, Ike and Mike's. Everything. We had it all. We had it all. When I went into the Hall of Fame, everybody that was part of my journey, they went in with me, and it's a night and a day and a weekend that they'll never. So we went all the way with it. So it's that kind of, yes.
Wow.
If you've never been to Canton, you should go Hall of Fame weekend. It is so special. Clark, next year you're invited. You can be my guest, get in your car, come on up to Canton. We'll play some golf and everything, and let me show you how they do it in Canton, Ohio.
Oh, I would love to see that. I didn't realize that you had that kind of a party. So was the party in Canton? Is that
Oh
when
yeah,
you
we
did
have
your
these
party?
tents. Yes, we rent out these spaces. There's 6 locations, either there at the museum or other restaurants and locations. They rent them out. Now, these NFL owners and the organizations, they pay for the party. So we have
Gotcha.
the best entertainers. I mean,
Yeah.
CeeLo Green, every rapper we've seen the last 5 to 10 years are at these parties. I know it's amazing. It's amazing. And Ryan, I got to thank you and the Green Bay Packers. If y'all hadn't let me get all them stats like that, I probably wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank you.
I was waiting. It's okay.
Did you see my lips move on my bus and kiss you?
No, I see. you got the stats. We'll take the W. Chris, I was gonna ask. I don't have enough. Chris, I was gonna ask. Do Packers get invited to these parties? Are you inviting the Packers
absolutely.
to these parties? Listen, I'll show up.
Yeah.
I'll show a good time.
No, absolutely. Because we all part of the brotherhood. Once you get done, it's all part of the brotherhood.
You know,
we
and
understand
I
each
do
other,
want to
know
say,
each other.
I want to say, man, I grew up, a big fan of you and what you guys created, and watching Robert Smith and you guys just dominate. It was impressive. So, it was fortunate to be a part of an organization that had such a great history with, the competitiveness in regards. So, I'm much respect, man. And when you play in the brotherhood and you play in the league for a certain amount of years, you really do. There's such a level of respect across the board. So, man, my hat goes off to you and all the guys that were able to do that, man. So much respect, of course.
And you can speak to that, especially coming from Green Bay. You're talking about a class organization. Yeah. I have 2 autographed footballs in my office. One is from Jerry Rice, who I believe is the greatest football player that ever played. And the other one is from Bart Starr, who I believe is one of the greatest human beings that ever played the game. That's why they had the Bart Starr Awards and ultimately named it the Walter Payton Award. So we have great, great men that play this game. And a lot of times we don't talk about their greatness. But those are the 2 autographs that I have. And a lot of that's because of the legacy of what Bart got started there in Green Bay, which went across the whole nation. And people fell in love with the game of football. And then that great rivalry that we have between the Vikings and the Pack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Ryan, you have some hardware too, don't you?
I do. Listen, I think while we're in it, I got the most important hardware. But individually, when you're done, it's impressive. Like, listen, by no means was my career Hall of Fame worthy. But I was fortunate to play with individuals and play against individuals that I know will be in, have been in. Listen, I played between Brett, Aaron. I got a bunch of other guys that are coming in. I was fortunate to win a lot of games against some of the best. So.
Well, I know you're trying to be modest, but let me give you some of the numbers, Jay. There's only been 22,000 men that have played in the NFL in 102 years, and there's only been 12,000 of us that played more than 4 years. So Ryan's in that class. He had a very good career, had a lot of great memories, and anytime you have crossed that threshold of all the millions of little boys been trying to play this game, and you're amongst 12,000, man, trust me, I take my hat off out of mad respect for what you did accomplish.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, especially coming from you.
Said,
it means a lot.
Said.
It means a lot, man.
Both of them.
Ryan, you wouldn't happen to have
rise up, defense.
Ryan, you wouldn't happen to have that ring on you, would you?
I do. Let's get through this series and then I'll pull it out.
Okay,
I don't want to lose this focus momentum that I have on Wednesday. But I got you, Jay. I will. I'll bring it out.
I just want you to know we stunt on Hank, okay? So
I feel you. I will. I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out for people. Listen, I don't see too many ND fans in this chat, so I don't know. This is a loaded Ohio State.
Well, the Buckeye Nation rolls strong and hard.
Yeah,
Brian.
They do.
They roll real hard.
About Notre Dame. They're in the library tonight reading some books.
I know, right? Listen, that's you know what, Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a shot, but it's kind of an honest shot. It's kind of keeping it yeah.
Oh no, bro. I keep it 100. Notre Dame was on my final 5 list.
Yeah.
Myself, Tim Brown, and Michael Irvin were the high school All-Americans. 1984. Look it up. USA Today, McDonald's High School All-American. Tim Brown and I went to visit Notre Dame the same weekend. They were playing UCLA in basketball. Jerry Faust was their coach. It was so much hype, so much momentum. They thought they were going to be able to land Tim and I. Man, they flew a private jet over to Ohio to get me.
Yeah.
We went to the party. My man Alan Pinkett, he took us to the party and everything. And Clark, I told him, I said, I don't know if I'm going to fit in here at Notre Dame. And Tim Brown was just having a great time and everything. Oh, man, Shucky Duck, man, I love it here. Man, I think I'm going to sign. I'm going to commit to the coaches tomorrow. Chris, what are you doing? I said, man, I'm telling these coaches, fly me back home. I'm going to Ohio State, man. I ain't going to waste their time. Like, this is not my cup of tea. I'm going to be a Buckeye. They take life too serious for me.
You know,
and they said, we respect it. Put me back on the plane. I end up committing Ohio State. Timmy ended up committing to Notre Dame. In the year I ended up going pro because I left before Timmy. Timmy ended up winning the Heisman Trophy. Supposed to be my senior year, but I was already in the NFL. So Tim and I are very good friends through the years and everything.
Both of y'all ended up in the right spot and had remarkable careers.
You see? Yeah,
worked out great.
But I'll give a little context, Chris. So that's probably all of us. So almost everybody that I went, I'm trying to think, I think 6 guys from my class were on the same recruiting visit. And we hated our visit. And all of us were like, man, we're not coming here. We're not coming to this. The visit wasn't necessarily the best. We're not coming. And I know exactly what you mean in regards to, man, these people take certain things too serious. We ended up, at the end of the day, when we looked at everything that we were trying to present package-wise, school-wise, there we go. It ended up being the best opportunity. And, and it's interesting because Notre Dame, Ohio State, when Ohio State offered me, that's when I knew, oh, man, I'm a real deal ball player, especially as a running back.
Yeah, as a running back.
If Ohio State's offering me, it's real deal, man.
Nice day.
But it ended up working out for us, man. And it's interesting how careers take in college and why guys choose different places and stuff like that.
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
Grab.
Wow. That's a heck of a
See that
catch.
one-handed catch by the tight end?
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yep, I just saw it. Yep.
Notre Dame's on the move.
And walking down the field.
Middle of the first quarter update, 6 minutes to go. Notre Dame's had several first downs. They have their bright green jerseys on, sparkling helmets. Tight end motion to the boundary. Sam leading the offense. Now it's time for a pick. Dive up the middle. No gain. Second long.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, before we started to hang, Clark and Cris, you guys were chowing down on some good old barbecue from Smoky Bones, the Masters. They know a thing or two about it, right? They are a full-service restaurant delivering great barbecue, award-winning ribs, jumbo chicken wings, crave-worthy cocktails, and more in more than 61 locations across 16 states. So, Cris and Clark, you got to tell us, how was the food? Me and Ryan are over here jealous. We're hungry. We didn't get the barbecue, but okay. Clark is he's still getting down on his.
I'm still the ribs. I got my wings, Jade. My wings are over on the counter. Let me take 1 minute. I'm gonna go grab my wings, and I haven't sampled those yet.
And Cris, your plate is empty, sir.
I think you can take the bones to the Smithsonian. I didn't polish them up and everything. No, Smoky Bones knows they barbecue. Now you just can't get anybody just sponsoring the barbecue and everything. And too many people try to do barbecue and don't do it right. But Smoky Bones, they know what they're doing. Side dishes really good. Texas toast. And you got to get some of those donuts.
Oh
my
goodness.
Donuts are amazing.
Them donuts are
Come on now.
Donuts?
Fourth down. Let's get it.
Unbelievable.
Let's see if this is a big one. Starting
Coming
it
up
off.
a little bit later, we have a really cool segment. We're going to bring in some the thirsty bartenders. They're going to be matching some cocktails with the food that we had earlier and show us how it's all paired together. So once again, we just want to give a shout out to Smoky Bones for providing the food for today and for, making today's hang possible for sure. All right, I want to have Dwight S. Dwight, if you want to unmute yourself, So you can go ahead. You had some comments and questions earlier. Dwight, you can unmute yourself. Dwight S. Your camera's off. There you go. I think it was about to come back on. Dwight. All right, Dwight, we'll come back to you. Ronte, you had a question earlier. Ronte, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right, can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. My question is for Cris Carter. When you was playing in Minnesota, who did you like better at quarterback, Randall Cunningham or Dante Culpepper?
Wow.
Well, I don't really think it's a fair comparison because I had Randall early, 3 years in Philadelphia, and then he went through everything he went through, retired, and then we brought him out of retirement. So then I got him later in his career, far more mature, understanding the game, and then Dante, I had him at the beginning. So I wouldn't say a preference. The best quarterback I ever played for is Warren Moon. Like, I played 2 seasons with him, Clark, 1994 and 95 season.
What made him say, Chris?
200.
Chris, what made him
Yes.
so good? What made him so good, man?
He has unbelievable accuracy and anticipation. And he knows the mind games that a quarterback, like he'll throw the ball to a guy just to keep him happy and everything.
Got you.
And I'll be like, Warren, why you throw it to him? He's like, don't worry, it's practice. I ain't gonna throw it to him in the game, but right now I'm gonna give him a little crumb. So his psychologically, he was just on another level. He can make any throw. I mean, a great leader. And you didn't have to get a lot of separation for him to get you the ball. Like Warren said, he said every quarterback wants 3 feet. He said, Chris, you give me 3 inches and I'll fit it in there. So unbelievable talent, unbelievable leader. Taught me a lot of things just about the passing game, about what his eyes were seeing, so that we can get matched up. But I only played 2 seasons with him, 244 catches and 24 touchdowns.
Wow, 2 seasons.
Oh, that's dope.
2 seasons. Yeah, so Warren Moon is that's my guy. But
Chris, that's a really interesting thing that you said about like understanding the psychology of wide receivers, because not too many people really know what that is and what that looks like. Because for everybody, just to let everybody know, there are stigmas around the NFL about wide receivers. that they're all frustrated basketball players that probably to some degree could have played in the NBA or were hoopers, and a lot of times, rightfully so, they want the ball, and there's only so many balls to go around, and a lot of times to hear that a quarterback understands what comes along with that and keeping guys happy, I think that's kind of like inside scoop stuff,
There's no doubt. As far as the offensive players in the NFL, the wide receivers are the most selfish. And they're the most detached from the rest of the offense, but they're the most dependent on the other 10 players.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times when you can't do your job because someone else, your left guard gets run over, your quarterback misses you, you're wide open. Somebody misses pass protection. And then I'm out there trying to do my job. My job is to catch the ball, get yards, score touchdowns. And if I can't do that, there's a matter of frustration. But your description as far as frustrated basketball players or guys think they could be playing in the NBA, yes, there's a bunch of us out there playing wide receivers.
Yeah, it was interesting to see because I think when you're on like good team dynamics, you understand the dynamic of recognizing like how do you find that balance within, they're good, especially when you have talented guys, leaders and stuff like that, man. Putting guys in position to make plays and do what they do. Everybody feels like, hey man, you put the ball in my hands, we can get it done. So it's an interesting dynamic to be able to work out.
Well,
Yeah,
Ryan, I
Brian
can tell
Billick
you,
used to
Chris wasn't a frustrated
Yes.
hooper. Chris actually could hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could actually hoop. I remember he's 15, 16 years old, showing up at Pacer practices, visiting his brother, and he got out there and showed us that maybe he could be where we were in a few more years. So he could do both of them at a high level.
Okay, Cris, we see you being an all-around athlete. It's funny, we had a hang earlier, and all guys were pretty much saying the same thing. They said if they didn't play football, then a lot of, to your point, that basketball would have been their alternative choice.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna try to. I hope the athletes understand me. It's I was always very, very good at math, very, very gifted at math, like at a high level. Every time I saw the football and saw the film, it was like math equations to me. I understood the game, like I understood the angles. I was so comfortable with the competition and the way they worked out and their mentality. I was more of a football player mentality than a basketball player. I got a brother played in the NBA, and they might be big, but they plenty soft. They don't have the mentality that NFL players have. So not unless they played in the NBA in the 70s and 80s. Now, them dudes was rough, but the rest of them is soft as butter. But the mentality and the X's and O's, I knew I was supposed to be playing. Coach would tell me stuff, and I would ask him, why is the coverage? What's the front? And there's no wide receivers asking a coach in football what the front is because they don't care. And it was just, I really found out what I was supposed to do on this earth. And when I did, man, I just put all my energy into it. And I'm just so thankful that people pointed me in that direction and let me know that's where my gifting was.
Yeah, that's a great gift when you find your lane and your passion and your gift, and then you get to chase it, because it's not work when you chase what you're gifted in, and then you can max it out, which is what you did.
That's awesome.
Clark, my high school coach sat me down, and then we'll let you go on, Jay. My high school coach sat me down before my senior year, and I was like 15th All-American in basketball and first team All-American in football. And he asked me what I wanted to do. And I told him I wanted to go to either USC or Ohio State to play football. And I asked him what he thought. And he said, I know you want to play basketball. I know your brother. I know your family's a lot of pressure. But to me, he said, are you Isaiah Thomas or are you Lynn Swan? And Clark, now you know we had never seen Isaiah before. We had never seen. Now, Isaiah and my brother were teammates in college. So I had firsthand experience, and I had to be honest and say, I'm not Isaiah Thomas. I can be Lynn Swan. And it's no shot on Lynn Swan. And that's really what steered me to concentrating on football compared to playing both at Ohio State. But go ahead, Jay. You were saying something.
No, Teresa B said, Cris, one of the greatest of all times, only 26 wide receivers in the Hall of Fame. So a lot of people are giving you your props. Just wanted to make sure that I read that. Michael D, I'm going to get ready to have you unmute yourself in just a few minutes. But before we do that, it is actually time, because we are less than 2 minutes from our first quarter being over. So it's time for one of our Smoky Bones trivia. We love to give away prizes right here on Hang. So we'll be giving away a prize back featuring a Smoky Bones gift card and a hat. If the Hang team can please put that graphic. As you see, we have Clark and Ryan both modeling our hats today. I have my hat right here too. Yes. Ryan is also representing the t-shirt. We love that. Yes, sir. So you can work. I'll read the question in the multiple choice answers. Put your answers in the chat. The first person who answers correctly wins. All right. The Hang support team will validate the winner in the chat, and then they'll contact you if you are the winner post-event to fulfill your prize. And we like everyone to have a chance to win, so you will be only eligible to win one time. All right. So let's give away our Smoky Bones prize pack. And our first question is, pulled up here. Clark Kellogg has appeared. You cannot answer this one, Clark. Clark Kellogg has appeared as a broadcaster in the NBA 2K games since NBA 2K9. Who was on the cover of that game? Ooh, that's a good one. Was it A, Kobe Bryant, B, LeBron James, C, Kevin Garnett, or D, Tim Duncan? Do you know the answer to this one, though, Clark?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. I didn't know if you remembered. You know, there's been a lot of covers, brother. You know, it's been a lot of covers.
But each one is special, and I got them all locked on my hard drive, Jay.
What? Okay. You got to tell us about that in a second. All right. It looks like Jeffrey. There's a lot of Jeffs in the chat. Let's see. It looks like Jeff O is actually our winner. The answer was, Clark, I'll let you tell them.
Oh, they already did. KG.
That's right. Oh, okay. So you gotta tell us about all these covers on the hard drive.
No, I just was messing with you. I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I know we've had Kobe. I know we've had LeBron. We've had D Wade. I think Nowitzki was on one. Yeah, over the years, I mean, that's 15 years I've been part of that franchise, which is amazing. A wonderful gift for me. Connected me to a lot of the younger folks that are out there that are gamers. Some of them don't know. I mean, I'm so old that some young folks don't know that I actually played the game. They know me more from broadcasting, but it's cool to be part of the NBA 2K franchise, which is one of the most popular video games in the world. When you think about it, I don't know if there's anything other than Madden, maybe FIFA, but it's right there in the top 3 or 4 of gross sales and popularity across the globe. So great to be part of that with a number of other announcers too. Kevin Harlan and Coach Fratello recently, Steve Kerr in the past. I mean, there's probably a dozen or so announcers that are part of it now, which has been great.
That's awesome. Well, we have more questions about how you go in and re-record, but I see somebody else that just stepped into the hang. Former free safety for the national champion Buckeyes in 2015, defensive MVP during the championship game. Thanks for hanging with us today, Tyvis Powell.
What's going on? Hi, everybody. How everybody doing? Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
He always comes in with the energy. Okay. So, did you get your Smoky Bones barbecue earlier, Tyvis?
Come on now. The garlic parm is crazy. Garlic parm wings was crazy.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so speaking of the garlic palm, we got to talk cocktails and food right now. We actually have a very special segment we're going to do with the Thirsty Bartenders. We have joining us Samantha and Bianca from Thirsty Bartenders to share some of their amazing Smoky Bones game day cocktails that pair perfectly with our fan and favorite dishes, including the parms. Okay, Sam, you take it away.
Hey guys!
Hello!
Thirsty Bartenders here. My name is Sam.
And I'm Bianca.
And we're ready to make some cocktails with you guys. So today we're making 3 cocktails that you can order at Smoky Bones. They pair perfectly with barbecue, which is what we have here. This is their bonfire dish, and it is massive.
It smells so good in this room, and we're only 2, but this is for 4 people.
Yeah. And I'm ready to eat it. So let's get into these cocktails.
So we're going to be starting off with the barbecue peach margarita. Here you have it. A little spill. It's okay.
Look how beautiful it is.
Your other ingredients. Have you guys ever tried barbecue whiskey?
Curveball barbecue whiskey.
It's delicious.
It's really good.
So we're going to start off with 1.5 ounces right here. Woo! A little extra for love. Some margarita mix. A little triple sec. And some peach syrup.
Ooh, yum.
Good.
Flavor.
It smells good already. The barbecue whiskey has a really good scent.
Peach and barbecue also, that is a match made in heaven.
It really is.
Now we're going to shake it up. If you don't know how to shake, this is how you do it. And roll it right into your smoked out glass. We have tahini here. This is like the smokiest if you've ever had. And a peach garnish.
Y'all always make everything look so delicious. We don't have those garnishes when we're at home.
You can. It's pretty easy.
You can get fancy with it.
You can get fancy.
We always get fancy.
All right.
So good.
Okay, we're gonna make.
You have to have a job on the planet when you can actually drink on the job, right?
I love it. That's our best dream ever. The next cocktail we're gonna be making is the Bonita Apple Bomb. Jade, are you making this one with us?
Yes, I will. I'll make this. But look, let me just say something before y'all tease me. I do not have all that fancy stuff, so I'm making mine in a red cup. Don't judge me.
That's
people.
good.
That for you.
I
That's more. That's
Chris, I
better.
see you. Look, don't judge me. Okay, so what are we doing first?
No judgment. No judgment here. So this is an apple caramel cocktail. We're using Crown Apple today. So get your Crown Apple out.
Okay,
So we're going to be adding 2 ounces into our shaker.
All right.
Boom, like that.
There you go.
There you go.
With
She
your
is
shot glass.
ready. Okay, so the next ingredient that we have is our apple juice.
okay, I already have it in the cup. I have to
She's
put that.
ready. We've got some lemon juice.
Okay, I have my lemon juice right here.
Yes. You're doing great. 10 out of 10. And then the caramel syrup.
Okay, I wasn't sure about the caramel. I could only find salted caramel, so we'll see how this turns out.
That's
Ooh,
yummy.
That's going to be so good. Yes,
We
I
use
love
salted caramel all the time.
it. Yes, very, very good. So we're going to shake our cocktail.
Okay, I'm gonna just pour mine with this sauce.
That's okay.
Or you
just
can
a little
stir
stir.
Give it a
I
little.
love it.
help.
She's already like about to drink it. I feel like.
Yeah, I was gonna wait on y'all.
She's like,
Look how beautiful. That's got some good texture to it.
and that foam,
That
you
foam.
want that foam.
That foam is there.
Foam is good.
And then we've got a caramel apple pop. These cocktails, you can get these at Smokey Jones, and they come with these actual garnishes, and they're so cute. I'm obsessed with the presentation.
Is that one mine?
That one's yours.
Thank you.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie, that is so good.
Oh,
So
cheers.
good. It's
Oh my-
sweet, delicious, caramel, apple, the perfect pairing.
You didn't give me a straw, and I just sipped from that, but it's okay.
Put that one down. We will not finish the hang. I promise. That is so good. My God.
I think this is my favorite type of barbecue.
Before you go on to the next one, the guys have to know the name of this last one that we just made. Y'all,
That
it's
is
called
the Bonita,
The Bonita
apple bomb.
Bonita Apple Bomb. Y'all remember that song? Come
That
on
is
now.
going on.
And this is a Smarty Pants shot. We're gonna take a little shot with you guys. I don't know what you have at home.
Yeah,
But-
what are you guys drinking at home? Put it in the chat. We want to know.
We want to know. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
She-
What's your go-to game day cocktail?
I love that.
0 points. Can afford that again. Oh no, that's something else. I don't know what.
So
that-
this shot has nerds on the rim, and I'm a sweet girl. Like that's my kind of shot, you know. And what else does it have?
It has
Apple.
strawberry puree, apple pucker.
It's a sweet girl's dream,
It's sweet, and it's called the Smarty Pants.
and we're Smarty Pants.
It's a cute name.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies. This was
Cheers,
great.
everybody. Cheers up.
So Kim H, any go-to drinks for game day?
This is amazing. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully later on, maybe we'll be able to email everybody the ingredients because these are some really, really, really great drinks. Shouts out to Smoky Bones for happy hour. Speaking of, they just made their $4 to $6 happy hour food menu available all day, every day. Now you can get all your favorites from their delicious cornbread to a juicy half-pound cheeseburger anytime that you want it. So the drinks were amazing. Ladies, great job.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Thanks, ladies.
I'm enjoying.
I got to jump back into the game really fast because I saw the fellas going crazy. Ryan, Clark, anybody, what just happened? I mean, I saw a field goal, but
They missed the field goal. Notre Dame missed the field goal.
Go Bucks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go Bucks.
Nah, we'll
Yeah,
say.
y'all need to take
Listen,
away
it
his
shouldn't have
scholarship,
came
man.
down to that. They should have caught the
Y'all got that
interception.
dude on the team just
Yes,
for the
yeah.
GPA, man.
Yeah.
You can't have no kicker on scholarship, man, missing kicks like that. This is the biggest
feel
game
you.
of his life, man. He
I
ain't no
know.
prime timer, man.
Listen,
He probably got like a 4.8 GPA or something, but he can't kick.
he probably
There you go,
did.
Chris.
Why? You know what's gonna happen now? Now he's gonna kick the game-winning field goal, and then you're gonna talk on that
He
spectrum.
did- Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. It ain't gonna come down to that. It ain't even-
That's right, Tyvis. That's right. It ain't coming down to
It
that.
ain't coming
Margin's
down
gonna be
to
too big.
Well, let's see, because O State's been 3 and out a couple times, so we haven't been able to seal the deal with any points.
It's a fill out thing. Come on, man. You know the first 15 plays is scripted
Yeah,
anyway. You got to fill it out. You got to see what they're doing. Now he got to make some adjustments, and it's about to take off.
Okay, I'm with that.
That's what I hear. I hear that too. Come on, Bucks. There we go. Get that corner.
All right, Bill, you had a question earlier. Bill, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Bill, if you want to unmute yourself. Bill P. The mute button is right underneath the chat. Okay, we'll come back to you, Bill. Jeff O. Jeff O, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Go Irish, baby.
There you go.
So let me ask you, running back by committee is now the, norm. But back when you were playing, would you rather share carries and be fresh, or do you just want to pound the rock every time?
That's kind of a ridiculous question. Do you want to share carries?
Hey, Ryan,
you already know.
Want to share some of that love?
Yeah, you already know that. I think most running backs in general, even with the running back by committee, I think most running backs feel that the more carries they get in the rhythm, they get in the groove, they start to understand defenses a little more. They start to feel like, defenses are kind of sitting on their heels a little more. You want to wear them down. So nobody wants to necessarily share carries. I think the way the game is changing, it's better for the offenses, I believe. And I think the way the offenses are spread out dynamically, it makes more sense, understandably. But nah, I'm good. Like that running back by committee, it's hard to get into a rhythm in the same breath. It does keep, I think, careers are
nice catch.
Long term.
Oh,
is it? For long term careers.
The tip of it hit the ground.
All right. You get what I said?
Yeah, I did. Thank you very much. I was watching the play, man. Thank you very much. I listen, man. Great job. Congratulations on a great career and winning the Super Bowl.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. We appreciate that. All right, Evan, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Evan was enjoying watching the ladies, the thirsty bartenders. He was asking if tequila goes with brisket earlier. But you had another question also, Evan. Go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, I wanted to ask Brian, what was it like playing with Aaron Rodgers? And do you find it surreal what happened to him with the Jets? It's just unbelievable.
Well, do you mean what was it like for Aaron to play with me?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you mean?
I beg your pardon.
No, it was great. I think, listen, when you get to that level, you want to play with competitors, and our level of competition and our desire to compete and win at a high level is great. So when you see guys that number one have talent that is elite, but also have that competitive drive, we just make each other better. And I was fortunate that me and Aaron came in the same class, and we grew together when I got traded to the Packers. So I watched him develop into the quarterback, and I watched him work and do things to get better and better. And he was elite. We knew he was going to be the real deal early on, and it was great. He made us better. He made our job a lot easier, and we believe that we made his job a lot easier so that he could, be A-Rod and just go out there and sling that thing.
Great.
But I'm fortunate because he made me a lot of money.
I love that. Bill P. Bill, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. You had a comment for Tyvis.
Hey, Tyvis.
What's going on? How you doing? Go Bucks.
I'm doing good, man. We were at that 59-0 Buckeye dismantling in Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game. My wife and I were. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I'm glad that we can make that quite the experience for you, man. 59-0. I didn't think it was going to go like that, but I'm happy it did.
Yeah. I loved your comment about 12 gauge when he first found out he was going to start. You were looking for him playing video games, and he was down at Woody.
Yeah. We was roommates, and Cardell's usual routine is, I come through the door, from class or something like that, and he's sitting there playing Call of Duty. When I came in, when he became the starter, he wasn't at the house, and I'm like, oh man, where you at? And he like, I'm still at the Woody studying film. And I said, okay, we good. We locked in. We good to go.
So is it true that LeBron was going to wear 23 at Ohio State because he wanted to be like Tyvis?
I mean, come on, man. Listen. He showed up to the national championship game with the 23 on with no name on it. He knew it was because of me. You know what I'm saying? At that point, he had already I had the whole 23 down for Ohio, and I brought it a national championship. So, you move your feet, you lose your seat.
And then he ended up winning one at Cleveland.
Hey, we inspired him. It's because he watched how good
you inspired him to win
that I had. It inspired him to go out there and bring it to Cleveland.
There you go.
Thanks, Bill. We appreciate it. Thomas, I love the way you say it with your chest, though. Like, that's
Come on now. LeBron know what it is.
All right, we have some special guests live from the game, you guys. Sophomore defensive specialist for Notre Dame's women's volleyball team, hometown of Portland. Hey, ladies, how is it? Hi, good. How are you? Good. Okay, it is clearly very loud there. Tell us the vibe in the stadium. It's electric. It's a lot of fun right now. 0-0, but it's very loud in here. It's crowd. Yeah, that's cool. It's a little hard for us to hear you, but can you show us, like, on the other side what it's like in the stands? I see a lot of green there. See a couple sprinkles of red, like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It is loud. It is loud. Okay, we'll check back in with you ladies soon. Thank you, Maisie and Paris. We'll be rooting for you this season. Thank you guys so much. And we'll check back in just a little bit. Fellas, do y'all miss that? Do you miss being in those stadiums with all of those people yelling for you?
Yeah, I do actually. I think about it quite often. It's a good thing that I work in media and I get to be around it. But I also want to say, Ryan, you see what's about to happen, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you got that in, Todd.
Man, just preemptively. Let's get there. I see what's happening.
I'm just saying, it's getting close. That's all I'm saying.
It is getting close. It's getting close. But we know that there's been many fumbles right on.
Don't wish that. Don't wish that.
Oh,
pay dirt time. Pay dirt time.
Come on now.
I don't know. That might be fourth. I'll take that. Listen, if this is a stop, I'll take it.
Well, we love to hear the updates from the pros. Can somebody give us an update about what is about to happen? What you talk about, Tyvis?
Oh, the Buckeyes about to score. It's 4th and 1 right now. So on the goal line. So
they go for it. Do they go for it?
What? Wait.
Yeah, we're going for it. We're going for it.
This ain't the 80s. Yeah, they going for it.
Yeah, we're going for it.
All right.
Hey, what's wrong with the 80s, man?
I'm sorry, right? My fault, Chris. My fault, Chris.
No, you Chris.
You didn't get it.
He didn't get it. Let's get that. Boom. What we got, Tyvis?
Hey,
no, tell Tyvis to unmute himself. Make sure Tyvis, Clark, and Chris are unmuted. I want to make sure because it looks like
I saw it. I saw it, Ryan. I saw it. Good, man. I saw it, man.
I would have rather just ran the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not into the pass and stuff. Like listen, you know how it is, Ryan. On the 1 yard line, it's about who wanted the ball. Who wanted who a dog?
Exactly.
It's a cop out. He did a cop out.
What we say, we used to say 4th down and 4th and goal are the only downs where there's no grade. It's just win or loss. You either win your job, you either get it done or not. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And those State didn't get it done. And those State didn't get it done. So
listen. That's all right. That's all right. Listen, 3 and out right here. That's as good as a touchdown. Flip the field. It's all about the field.
You see, I'm not gonna front. I would have liked to play with Tyvis because he keeps a positive perspective out here. He knows how to keep it positive.
Flip the field, man. You get him down here 3 and out. That's as good as a touchdown.
All right, Michael D, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I think you have a question for Cris, Clark, and Tyvis.
Yeah, so first a question for Cris. So I grew up between Cleveland and Akron, Ohio, so Middleton wasn't too far away. And if I remember correctly, you were a quarterback early in your days in high school. So tell me about the how were you as a quarterback, and then the transition to wide receiver?
Well, that's really the only position I played. Unfortunately, there was a gentleman that was coaching our high school team that felt like the quarterback should be Caucasian. And I think that he was trying to get me to quit playing football and just play basketball. But I played. That's the only position I played. A 9th grade team went undefeated, being Cincinnati Moeller. And when I tried out for the varsity team, they wouldn't even give me a look. So I thought they were trying to make me quit, and I wouldn't quit. So I moved to wide receiver and told the guy, I'm going to be the starting wide receiver too. I'm the best quarterback, the best receiver. So I moved to wide receiver and got me a spot on the team and started as a sophomore. And then the next year we got a whole new coaching staff, and the coach asked me, did I want to come back to back to quarterback? And I said, no, I'm going to stay at wide receiver because it's the best position for me. So that's the reason why I moved, because some guy in Middletown, Ohio, he knows who he is. His parents, his family knows who he is. And the irony to it is that high school stadium that he wouldn't let me play quarterback in happens to be named Cris Carter Field now.
Wow.
I just greatly appreciate him, his stupidity.
Well, hopefully we've moved on from that. Hopefully. And the question for Clark. Bill Rafferty. Tell me a story or two about Bill Rafferty. He's got a great reputation, and obviously you guys get along real well. So tell me a story or two about Bill.
Well, first of all, he's a terrific commentator. He's done it at a high level for a long time. I think he got started back in the late 70s, maybe early 80s as a commentator. So he's approaching 50 years of doing it at the highest level. He's an unbelievably gracious and kind and funny guy. He's always fresh and upbeat, which is amazing. He's done probably more games than any of the basketball commentators that are currently doing games, because he would do 3-4 games a week at times. And his freshness, his preparation is just remarkable when you consider. And currently he's not that age is a factor, but he's approaching 80 years. I mean, Bill is right at 80 and still going really strong. But love him for who he is as a person and man, and also how he's been excellent for such a long period of time. And he always has a good word, a kind word, a funny word, and he's got stories forever about coaches and players and fellow broadcasters. He's a delight to be around, an absolute delight to be around and to have as a coach.
Let's talk about that run. Don't overlook that run.
Okay, tell us what
happened. Aldridge over here breaking tackles. Aldridge over here pulling him out. Yeah, I just want to show what's happening.
So let me talk about it. So listen, as a safety, you got a gap. If you miss your gap and misfit your gap, you give up explosive plays. Safety didn't.
That was a problem last year for us.
He got put on the outside.
To be doing that same stuff this year.
Let's talk about missed assignments. Here we go. Yeah, I'm
just saying that's what happened. I'm giving an explanation. The safety had a gap. He went outside of his gap, created a gash, and they got gashed. That's exactly what happened. You got to trust your brothers. Trust that your brother going to be out there and keep contained.
It's a good tackle right there.
John, go ahead and unmute yourself. You had a question. I know it was a little bit earlier when Ohio unfortunately didn't finish, but I think it's still a great question.
Well, yeah, like speaking of safety play, Tyvis, on that 4th and goal, like what is the safety thinking? Because how do you know, is it going to be a dive up the middle, or do you have to cover somebody, or what goes through your mind?
So it depends on the formation. If they're in goal line, obviously they put more linemen in and take some like the corners out. And as a safety, you typically have, like the contain on the play. So if I'm a contained player on goal line formations, then what I'm thinking is nothing can get outside of me, So first of all, I probably got responsibility in the run game. I got contained, but if it's pass, I'm typically responsible for the tight end that's right beside me. So what I need to do is you got to read your keys. The first thing you need to do is look at that tight end, make sure that he's not going out on the route. That's the first thing. Once you get that pass key, that run pass key, if it's a run, make sure you stay outside and keep everything inside because all your help is inside. That's pretty much what I'm thinking and what I'm looking at in a goal line situation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great question, John. Thank you. All right, Tommy, you have a great question as well. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey guys, first of all, go blue. But I wanted to ask Clark.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, I got the first.
Wait. Wow. My man out here. How you gonna go blue? That was literally.
Listen, they ain't even got nothing to do with this.
Do with none of this.
No, for real. And
my man out here.
what have y'all won the last 20 years at Michigan, Tommy? And I got $20 contribute. You getting a haircut before you get up on FaceTime with people and everything. Okay, Mr. Michigan man. All right.
Well,
all right, you got that?
I got it. For my haircut, I want to ask Clark. I remember a few years ago they put out that video where you got to play basketball. You played horse or POTUS with President Obama. So I want to ask what that experience was like, and also were you expecting him to be as good as he was and give you that challenge?
One of the great highlights that basketball has afforded me to actually have a chance to play a game of POTUS in deference to the President of the United States, the first Black president of our country, and to be able to connect in and through basketball was an amazing, amazing experience for me. The fact that he has a legitimate jump shot, I knew. The fact that he nipped me at the wire was partly my fault because I was about to send him home real fast, real quick, and decided to give him some life. And my fellow athletes on this call will tell you that when you give an opponent life and momentum switches, it's virtually impossible to turn it back around. So I jumped on him early, decided to give him some life. He found his mojo, and the rest is history. He nipped me at the wire, and I'm actually okay with it.
I'm disappointed.
Some of my brethren are so frustrated and disappointed in me that I let him win.
I am.
A lot of folks were. Yeah, a lot of folks were.
Hey, Clark.
But it made for good TV. It gave him a great memory. And to his credit, I asked for a rematch, and he gave me the Heisman.
He knew. He took
Hey,
advantage
Clark.
of it, one and done.
Last time the Buckeyes won the national championship, you see that? Hey, Ryan, you see that? Y'all haven't won one of those in a while. National championship at the White House, Urban Meyer, Gene Smith. You see that? You see your boy? You see that? You see that?
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's nice.
I did listen. I did get that though. I did get that, Chris, with Obama. I did get that. Just a couple years later.
Yeah.
I got it a couple years later.
We had to take advantage of
it. Yeah.
Well, Ryan, I finally have you some backup, Ryan. Former Notre Dame running back, NFL Pro Bowl during his time with the Buffalo Bills. Y'all, we have Greg Bell has joined us on the hang. What's up, Greg?
Yeah, thank you.
Uh-oh. I think
you got to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Unmute yourself. There you go.
There you go. Hey, Greg.
I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't muted. Hey, I'm doing good. How's everybody doing?
Good.
We're good, Greg. I got greetings. Hey, Greg, I got greetings from my bride. She said she knew you were going to be on this hang. She said, make sure you tell Greg I said hello. So greetings from Rosie to you, brother.
All right, tell her I said hello as well. How you been, Clark?
I will, man. I'm great, man. Doing great. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better.
And then Chris is going to start showing pictures of national
other than what's going on in
championships.
this football game.
You know what? I don't mind
It's a
when it's a
good one.
low score.
Yeah, it's a good one. Greg, how you doing, man?
Hey, Chris, how you been, man?
Very good. Good seeing you, man.
How's things?
Things are very good. Especially we get this touchdown, going to be a lot better.
Well, you know what? That's why it's a 4-quarter game.
I think Notre Dame, because all the Notre Dame fans I'm talking to and alumni, you guys just want to keep this game close. Like, y'all know y'all can't blow us out. Like, oh, we just want to keep this game close. Golly shucks. Man, just hang in with the Buckeyes on the same field and everything, national stage.
That's
Man,
not
y'all's
us.
expectations Notre Dame really have gone down, man. What happened?
That's the fan. Well, you know what? Okay, I'll be honest with you, Chris. So let's talk about this. So I think that when you talk to a lot of when you talk to fans, I don't really necessarily their ideas or whatever. But I think a lot of times the players, we've understood that Notre Dame it's been hard talent-wise for Notre Dame to compete on the top tier level. And I do see O State as one of the top teams in regards to Bama, the Clemsons back in those years. So we used to always say that Notre Dame, we could hang, but we weren't going to necessarily really win in the big games, especially in the playoffs and everything like that. And a lot of it was around like the depth. It would come down to the depth of talent. But I would, yeah, at the end of the day, I do think this is a good opportunity.
Oh, he's pretty good.
To see whether or not they can actually perform at that level. But I ain't never going to say that we just trying to keep a game close. I'll tell you that. That ain't never, as a competitor in me, you ain't never going to hear me as an athlete ever say that I'm going to keep a game close. So I don't care what the fans say.
that boy Marv like that. That boy like that.
I will say,
he's
Marv
a
is
bad boy,
right. He's a bad man out there, boy. He's a bad man.
Ooh. Oh, come on, man.
He a bad man.
If you're gonna ride me, get a saddle.
I'm just saying, the boy. I give it up with the
No,
boy.
he could go down. I mean, we got some legendary receivers, but he could definitely go down as the best one that's ever played there. Like for real, he's got that. He's got short area quickness. He's got long speed. He's got the brains to develop. Like he's really, really hungry. He's a competitor. Size. I mean, bro.
Yeah, he's got a great
that
physique.
6'4", man.
Mm-hmm.
That 6'4" is real.
Damn, I didn't know he's 6'4". I didn't know he's that big.
Yeah, and if we don't get knocked out of the national championship game, we beat Georgia because we was dragging Georgia.
No, that's a fact. I think his hand might have been out.
You think so?
Yeah, I think his hand hit the sideline.
What about one butt cheek equals 2 feet?
Well, his hand hit first.
Did his wrist hit before?
Yeah, his hand hit.
Looks like it. Looks like that's still a heck of a catch, though.
You know what I do?
I think
run it again.
Well, they got a holding penalty too.
Well, we got past interference.
Guilty of a hold.
Right
Clark
there,
Kellogg, I think Chris Carter catches that ball. I ain't out there playing, but I'm just
Oh,
telling
ain't
you.
no ball that ever got.
I'm just saying.
Ever got in your wings.
I'm just saying that right there. That's what I do.
I'm agreeing with you.
That down the sideline. That.
Oh yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that, bro. I didn't see you ever not catch one that was in your area.
Yeah.
Good. I'm here
Greg.
squeezing my dogs to death.
Yes.
Greg, I just want you to know, Teresa in the chat said that Greg is the mayor of the Fighting Irish. So they're definitely
I'm the oldest one that y'all gonna get around nowadays. Paul Horning is gone. All the golden age guys are gone, so it's just me now. I'm the oldest.
That's all right. That's all right. That's a lot of wisdom right there. That's a lot of wisdom, Greg. We appreciate you hanging with
Hey,
us.
Jay, when I was going to school in Columbus, Greg, he's from Columbus.
Uh-huh.
I'm bumping into Greg at the club. I'm like, man, you need to go on somewhere. I'm bumping into him. Hey, man, hey, Greg, come on now. Stop, man. So me and Greg been knowing each other for a long time.
And Chris, most people, everybody asked me the same question. Why didn't I go to Ohio State? And I said, in true Buckeye fashion, the year I didn't go to Ohio State is the year Coach Hayes got fired. And most people who know me knows I was born and raised on that campus. I lived my whole life on that campus growing up. And it's a blessing that Notre Dame came around at that time. It was a divine intervention. I tell people that I chose to go there, and it was I hate to say it this way now, but it was probably the smartest decision I made for myself. But
no doubt. Absolutely.
I'm a true Buckeye. I tell people all the time, I'm a true Buckeye through and through. I just bleed blue and gold.
Respect it. We got to get that to you.
You can't do that.
Man, look here. First of all, back in the day, Chris, remember all my Columbus boys, we ran on that campus like we owned it.
Oh, absolutely. Ain't no doubt about it. I thought you was on the team. I was like, man, who is this dude, man? Up here screaming and everything at the girls and everything. Always look good. Always fresh dressed. Always crispy. Shorts, shirt, never clean shaven. Yes, always the proper haircut. And speaking the King's English.
Hey, and Clark, you remember back in the day, man, I swear, I if I would have decided to come there, I would have loved to have teamed up with you, man, with all the rest of my boys, you and Herb and Ken, everybody.
Yeah. No, we had
back in those days.
Crew of Ohio State Columbus guys there. Yep.
All right, we have Parker.
Parker done had a squad.
Parker is checking in from the student section. Parker, are you there? Parker, can you unmute yourself?
Hey, Parker. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm not sure if you can hear anything.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Down the end zone, too.
Oh, you got to love that, man. Brian, tell them they don't know how it is to score a touchdown and look behind and see see touchdown Jesus.
It's incredible. Listen, it is third down. I need you to fire up this crowd. I need you to get us loud. Can you do that for me?
That's nice.
Thanks, Parker. We know you can't hardly hear us.
Cool. Greg, can you see touchdown Jesus anymore?
You can't see it no more, man. My first touchdown at Notre Dame, I remember going in the end zone. That was supposed to be the most memorable part of going into that end zone back in the day. You turned around, you saw touchdown Jesus, and it's starting now. And it was, the ups and downs being there, but hey, every time going in that end zone is a blessing.
Or absolutely.
All right, so we got to do some hot topics, guys. Earlier today, we had another hang. We were talking about Heisman picks. A lot of the fellas were picking Shador, but after the loss today, I would like, Greg, Greg, I can tell you're instigator.
Yes, he is. He's definitely that. He likes to stir it up.
So let's talk about everybody's Heisman pick for this year. Who are you guys looking at? We'll start with you.
I'll take the first crack.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Greg.
I'll take first crack. I'm out here in Southern California, so, it's kind of like anything else. You got to take the Heisman to win the Heisman. And right now, Mr. Williams has the Heisman. They loaded, man. I can tell you, I've seen a few of their games. USC is going to be a tough win against whoever they play. As long as he don't make the mistakes and the team don't die. I hate to say it because Archie, I grew up, with the Griffin family. Archie's like a big brother to me. And I tell people all the time, he's the greatest college football player that's ever played. But this could be a year where somebody actually gets a chance to double up and win a Heisman. So right now, I still think Caleb is the front runner for the Heisman.
Oh, you just pulled one down, State. You got it. Big play.
Yeah. Also, watch the kid from Washington,
Yeah,
left-hand quarterback.
Michael Penix
Washington.
Jr. That's
He's
who I
got a
was
chance,
he played in
but
Indiana.
Oh, he dropped it. Ain't no touchdown.
Did he drop it?
He dropped that thing. He tried to.
hey
He
man,
tried
he
to
got
act
number
like.
2 on, man.
He
Hey man, we
tried to
don't
act
even
like
we
he
don't
got
even
it.
allow guys to wear number 2
he
unless they can
did
show
drop
enough ball.
it, man.
Okay? Ain't nobody wearing.
My man got up like he scored though.
Hey man, part of it is he can get an Oscar.
I know. I understand.
Listen, if the football don't work, he going into acting. What you mean? No, but
They crawling in.
Michael Penix is a good answer. That boy going at least 400 yards a game, but it's between him and Caleb Williams. Now, don't get me wrong, Shador could get it back if he outdo, Caleb Williams next week, but it's gonna be hard without having Travis Henry.
No, their offensive line. He's gonna be running for his life.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard without having
You
a
know,
line, man.
Yeah, you right about
Yeah,
that. We not gonna act like
he's
USC.
like
We not like USC.
man, he's like Justin
like
Fields
that,
to the
though.
Chicago. Right now, Justin Fields running already for tomorrow. Get ready. Ah, they coming after me. Ah.
Yeah. It's hard, man.
He showed enough wish he was back at Ohio State with an NIL deal right now. That thing on pro football ain't no fun, man.
Hey, Chris, I think we all wish we were back in college with an NIL.
Man, can we talk?
Man, for real.
Oh, man.
Anybody else, Ryan? You want to tell us your Heisman pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm out here in Southern California, in LA too, and I think it's hard to think that Caleb doesn't pull it down, man, with the way that he's exciting to watch. He's dominating, and his squad is good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the tools. He's got those receivers too, man.
Yeah,
young freshman. He got they got some exciting guys right now, man. Some super exciting guys.
Do y'all know if USC play Washington this year?
I don't know.
Because if
But
they
he's
do,
certainly the front runner, Caleb.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, he definitely going number one if he decided to come out.
So, of course, another hot topic is we do have to talk about Dion.
They play at USC November the 4th.
Oh, okay. At USC.
That's gonna be must see.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Yeah, must watch.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Cris, let's talk about and I want to hear what all the other fellas have to say too about Dion and what he's doing for college football right now. Today was a rough day, but you still can't take away from the fact that what this man is doing is absolutely amazing. What are y'all's thoughts?
Look, I got messages on my phone from Dion. I know Dion very, very well. And when Dion showed up in the NFL, he showed up with dark glasses on and a floppy hat. Now, Dion has mastered everything that he has ever been in. And to me, he's one of the rare great players that has an understanding, because everything that Dion did was not just on raw talent. It was on his understanding of the position. So the reason why great players struggle coaching is because they have a gift. And typically when you have a gift, you don't know how it works. You just know it works. And you might work hard and everything, but you got to show enough gift and you know how to do it, but you can't translate that verbally into the fundamentals that make people great, because the road to greatness is boring. It's the fundamentals over and over and over. And that's who Dion is. But Dion is a master communicator. And people believe him because he is honest. He knows the game, but he has really got a calling to young people. And as long as he stays in college football and don't mess with their pro football, like, he can do great things. There is no one on this planet that can take 80 new kids and go to Colorado because they stunk. They suck. I mean, they're the worst team in college. And they done won 3 games already?
Yeah.
Dion is gifted, and it's only going to get better. The players he's going to get better. He's going to get better coaches there, better resources. So this is just the beginning. I know that dude, and that dude is the real deal.
Yeah, nobody else. That's it. You don't have to say anything
I'm about
else.
to say, look. Right.
Mic drop.
That's it.
Mic drop.
For real. That's
Mic
a word
drop.
right there.
Drop that mic. It's done.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That's
Drop
it.
that thing.
Enough
Drop
said.
that thing.
And another thing too, let's be honest, guys. We all have one of those days, And I think his players had one of those days. It was a come to Jesus moment for a lot of them, and it might help them as the season goes on. That's a bad taste that you get in the mouth. You get in your mouth 42-6. I don't care who you are.
Hey, I don't know
those days
football
come.
like y'all do. I don't know football like y'all do, but Oregon looked pretty good to me. That looked like a good football team.
And they are good.
They are.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. So it was a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they're not quite ready, and Oregon is really good.
Clark, I know a lot of football, and I can tell you right now that this pass that Kyle McCord just threw in the double coverage, he asking for a pick. That's what I'm I don't know what he was doing on this pass.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
But we got on the board. We got a kicker though, Ryan.
Ryan, you see that? If you pay a kicker, put him on scholarship. That's what they're supposed to do. They got one job to put that ball between those uprights. You ain't here for nothing else. Not your GPA, nothing else, son. All right, you're not even part of the team, but we're gonna let you run out there with us.
Did you say if you pay a kicker, get him on scholarship?
Yeah, man, you know this. You know y'all don't have the salary cap we do at Ohio State. Right now, y'all give a dude an NIL deal. Y'all give him a Happy Meal in a jumbo Slurpee. At Ohio State, them dudes is getting broken off stacks, man.
But I know, listen, I'm agreeing with you. That shouldn't be the case, man. Notre Dame, they want to compete. They got to be able to come up. They got to come out and give guys. Listen, there's a standard. It's a new culture, man.
Well, let me tell you, y'all should challenge Notre Dame and their alumni. They got the strongest alumni base.
I know.
If you look up, Google y'all's endowment and how many millions of dollars they got in endowment. If they want that football team to be stronger, all they got to do is put them dollars out there.
Listen, Notre Dame, and this is. I'm glad you said it, man. There's Greg. Everybody. Like, listen, these are conversations that we've been having for years.
Yep.
This is not in regards to.
See, that's the problem with y'all's touchdown Jesus. He ain't like the Jesus in the hood. Jesus in the hood need money. Hey, bro, I need money. Y'all got y'all touchdown Jesus. I don't need nothing. I'm cool. I'm just sitting up here. I'm cool. I don't need nothing.
Okay, real quick, Joey A, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, Joey. Chris on one right now. Y'all better stop. Y'all better watch out.
Hey, Chris is always on one.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, I mean,
I've lived a charmed life, man. Come on. We're sitting on here talking about football.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Joey, it's on you. Joey, you had a couple questions. Joey, what's your question?
Yeah. So to Chris, just given the typical animated South that we love. How difficult, because this was probably the most vulnerable I personally have ever seen you, was during Peyton's Places with you trying to make that catch, man. And it took a while, but was it as difficult as it appeared?
For those who don't know, Peyton Places, Peyton Manning, they put him on a 33-story building in downtown Manhattan to duplicate a promo that the Giants had done back in the 20s. So Peyton, they said, you're going to throw the ball off a building. Who would you like? He said, man, I want to get Cris Carter. So Peyton called me up. Hey, Chris, man, I'm going to throw this ball off a building. Can you catch it? I was like, man, I'm thrilled you even asked me. I said, why didn't you get Marvin Harrison? No problem. I know why you asked me. No problem. I get it. So he throws this ball off, man. This ball's coming about 95 miles an hour. And it's moving in all different directions. I have a Kevlar bodysuit on up under my regular suit that you can't see. I had to sign this insurance protection. They have 30 cameras like the Super Bowl on all these buildings and everything. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but I finally was able to catch one right off the ground, right before it hit the ground. And it was a great experience working with Peyton, NFL Films. The footage they got was just priceless and everything. But I'm just so fond of the NFL. My whole life, I don't have a college degree. I left Ohio State in 1987. I played 16 years in the league, worked 19 years with a broadcast partner. The last 4 years, I worked at the league office in New York with our players. My whole life, I mean, 5 decades I've been associated with the league. So, man, I love it. I love every part of it, the way they utilized me and gave me and my family a life that I could only dream about. But great question, though.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jeff O, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, good evening again, everyone. I was just asking the offensive guys, what was the hardest hit you took and who was it from? So, Cris, how about you? We'll start with you.
Man, I got hit one time in Ohio State, my first scrimmage by Terry White, number 12, in the first scrimmage we had in the horseshoe. And we ran a deep square in, and man, he hit me so hard. When I came to, I was in the defensive huddle. Pepper Johnson then was like, hey, man, the offense is over there. I was like, oh, okay, bro, sorry. But that's the hardest I had gotten hit. Like, I knew I was in the big time. Terry White, if you see him, I think he like in Zanesville or somewhere in Columbus. Tell him I'm still looking for you, T. White. We became great friends, but man, them scrimmages at Ohio State, man, those were some of the toughest things I ever were involved in as a young player.
All right, thanks. How about you, Greg?
You know what I would tell you? My first year with the Rams, I got to St. Louis, played in the game, and Lonnie Smith, and I'm trying to think of who was the great linebacker that played for the St. Louis Cardinals, Cris?
E.J. Jr.
I can't think. Who? Say that again?
E.J. Jr.
E.J. Jr. Yeah, they hit me. One hit me from behind and one hit me in front, and it cracked my scapula, and I passed out. So all the nerves run through your scapula, and that hit literally, that was the end of my year. I got there, played one game with the Rams, and they sandwiched me, and that was it.
All right.
So,
Ryan?
Hold on, before you go, can I ask, where is the scapula, Greg? I'm not really sure.
The scapula, if anyone wants to know, is that's your shoulder blade in the back. Those two things behind your back and the shoulder, those are scapulas, and the nerves run all through those. It protects the backside of your shoulder, the rotator cuff and things of that nature. But all your nerves run through your back. You know that's where everything comes through your spinal cord. But the scapula got cracked. It's such a hard bone, you can't break it. But I got a crack in it, and it literally knocked me out because all the nerves were there. And it just basically pinched the nerves going to my brain, knocked me out. That was the hardest hit I ever had in playing football.
Okay, thank you for that clarity. It was on that day when you learned also what a scapula was. I know it was.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Ryan.
I had 2 hits. My sophomore year against USC, Troy Polamalu hit me. And he blitzed off the edge, and my quarterback didn't check the play. And I dropped step, and he sliced me as soon as I got the ball. Ball went flying. And I remember I went to the sideline, and my coach was like, hold on to the ball. And I was like, did you see that hit? I ain't even get the ball. And I thought like my whole side was jacked up. And then the hardest hit was probably in the league. Bob Sanders hit me one time. And he clocked me. He came down like Tyvis said, and he hit that gap the way he was supposed to. And I remember I went back in the huddle, and A-Rod said to me, RG, you all right? And I was like, no, just slow down. And let me get these cobwebs together. Because I knew I had to shake them out. If anybody knows, sometimes you gotta shake them out. And I was like, no, I'm not okay. Let me get a little bit of breather.
Salt.
Yeah. For real. Those are the 2 heaviest, Polamalu in college and Bob Sanders.
All right, thanks. And Tyvis, I saw your answers. I can't even imagine standing in front of Derrick Henry barreling down on you, man.
Listen, Lane Kiffin did us a favor. I don't know what happened or why it happened, but when we played them in the Sugar Bowl, they took him out the game and put in TJ Yeldon. And I was like, thank you, God. Because that's a Mack truck. So between him, Saquon, and Jeremy Langford, which is crazy. It was Jeremy Langford, but they ran the ball hard, and Saquon had that ability. Saquon hurdled me, and that was crazy. I'm 6'3", and he like cleared me. So, dude was he liked that. He was like that.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
But hearing them stories from you offensive players, that's why y'all should have just played defense, man.
We like hurling guys, man, making guys look bad.
Listen, you can get a pick.
I will say, listen, I'll give it up. If I had to do it all over again, I'm definitely playing safety. With all the disrespect and the career length, yeah, I'm playing safety. I pick and choose when I want to hit somebody.
All right, you guys, it is time for another Smoky Bones trivia. We'll be giving away another prize pack featuring a Smoky Bones gift card and hat. As you see, some of the fellas, Ryan and Clark, wearing today, representing. Don't forget, Smoky Bones offers a diverse range of drinks during happy hour, from craft beers to special cocktails and wines. It's the perfect opportunity to try something new or enjoy your favorite beverage at a discounted price, all right? So we are going to put our next question up. Question number 2. Which player on today's hang opened a coffee shop in New York? Is it A, Greg Bell, B, Ryan Grant, C, Cris Carter, or D, Tyvis Powell? First person to put the answer correctly in the chat is going to be our winner for today. Dang, everybody knew this answer. Well, congratulations. Jeff, did you win the first one? I don't think you won the first one, Jeff.
I did. So give it to the next person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jeff, you cheating. Okay. Did you write these questions? The answer is Ryan Grant. And Bill, you are our winner. Congratulations. All right. So, Ryan, you got to tell us about the coffee shop, of course.
Yeah, I opened the coffee shop in 2015, 16? No, I'm sorry, 2014. And I sold it actually right before the pandemic started, so I don't have it anymore. But it went well. We did well. And it was a phenomenal experience.
Nice. What are you, a coffee drinker, or what made you choose coffee?
You know what's funny? I am actually not a coffee drinker. That's what makes no sense. I'm not a heavy coffee drinker. It was one of those situations where we saw the market and we saw a need in a developing area. In New York, in Brooklyn, and we actually kind of started the culture in that area development wise. We were able to kind of set the track and set the mark for design. So
okay,
it was one of those opportunities that kind of fell in my lap. And the interesting thing is that it was with 4 of my good friends, one of which was my brother, and we fabricated everything. We designed and fabricated everything ourselves. So it was 4 young Black brothers that built, designed, and fabricated the entire project.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. Neat. I love that. I love that.
Surprise! What's up, guys? What's happening?
Uh-oh, y'all. We have legendary NFL wide receiver Hall of Famer Andre Reed in the building. What's up, Andre?
There you go.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
Enjoying the game,
CC, hey, Greg Bell, my man, Greg Bell. Hey, CC, you need to check your door, man. There's some Smoky Bones at your door.
No, they just brought some more donuts, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got it, bro. You know I got that sweet tooth. You know how we do those desserts and everything, bro.
Chris, you just got another delivery?
It was supposed to be a surprise.
You guys don't realize. I got a special delivery. They brought some more donuts, but you guys don't realize this. Man, me and Andre Reed love each other, man. Like we really do. We always have a great time together, spend time together. Our lives are parallel to each other, but man, we got such a great deal of respect for each other. Man, we ain't never had a bad time.
Never. And also, guys, I want to thank all you guys for coming on and hanging, man. A part of this. This is a great thing. I've been a part of this for like how many years now? 4 years now. So it's just a great way not only to talk football, but to see guys again and
eat
Smoky Bones. And I just got done playing golf, shot 77 today, CC. So I got it in today. But I wanted to get on to surprise you guys and thank you guys for coming on and talking football, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I mean, that's big time. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on. CC, you know how I feel about you, man. We're, like you said, we're parallel. We are at the same time, and we always checked each other after the season. We checked each other during the season, and I was always in your corner, and you've always been in my corner. So I appreciate that, man.
And the question is Notre Dame or Ohio State?
Notre Dame or Ohio State?
Come on,
well,
T. You know better. T, you
oh
know
my
better.
gosh! You know
Come on
what?
now.
Hey, where's the game at? That's all I'm gonna say. Is it?
Hey,
Is that Notre Dame?
It's at ND.
Andre,
It's at ND.
Andre, don't forget who picked you up when you got drafted.
Yeah, I gotta tell. Hey, Greg Bell picked me up in a Ferrari with a mink coat on. So I'm not gonna. I'm going. You know what? I'm going 50-50 because it's so early in the season. You know, hey, I love Ohio State. I love Notre Dame.
Just
Don't do it,
Andre,
man. You know.
Andre,
Yo.
just say Ohio State. Just say Ohio State. Just say Ohio State,
I'm gonna
man.
say, how about Ohio Dame?
What a political
I gotta
correct
do. Hey, I gotta do the politically correct thing, man. But it should be a good game. I mean, these teams are always at the top of the list when it comes to college football for years. I used to watch number 2 there for Ohio State. I used to watch to see what he used to do when he came out in the league. And again, Greg Bell was a beast at Notre Dame, and I got to be in his presence when I was a rookie in Buffalo. And believe me, if I needed anything, any kind of question I had, Greg Bell had to answer, and he's like that right now. He has to answer for everything.
That's neat. I love that.
I love you, man. Hey,
I love
guys,
you, man.
I love you, man. I love you guys. Thank you again. Now I gotta go eat my smoky bones at the door. So that's how we do.
I love that. Thank you so much for jumping in, Andre. We always appreciate it. Chris, can we see those donuts so we can all be jealous? Do you have them in your hand?
My wife, man, she don't play around. She's been eating both of them. She snatched them right up from the lady that delivered them. And I'm sitting here with the empty bones and everything. But as soon as we get out of here, I'm having some dessert, some donuts, as we feast on Notre Dame to get this victory.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Chris.
Oh, what I'm saying, Chris.
Before we go, Ryan, did you get your Super Bowl ring? We want to see your Super Bowl ring, Ryan. Did you get it?
I have it. I have it in here.
You gotta put it in the camera. Let's check that out.
Let's see. I haven't cleaned it off in a while, so.
Oh my God.
This dude here, man. Look, I gotta take what I can get. I don't know what this.
Oh, that's real.
Hey, that's nice, though.
Nice.
That man, boy, nice.
And just so y'all remember, that ring's in green and gold.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it says Green Bay too, Greg. Not Notre Dame.
And then, real quick, Chris, Robert was asking.
It could be like both ours, Greg. It could be like both ours. We'll just keep it at my house. You know what I mean?
Robert wanted to know, is that the Walter Payton Award behind you as well? We saw.
That is.
It is.
That is. I was very fortunate. I was the first winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. That's it, right there. And of course, my Hall of Fame bust right here. This is my office. This is my business card. I was Clark. I was meeting with this company about doing something, and the guy said, "Hey, Mr. Carter, you think you can send me maybe a resume?" I said, "This is my stuff right here. If this don't get it, I ain't gonna get it."
That's about as fair as
Don't
it
too
gets.
many people have a resume like that, Chris.
Hey,
Somebody,
man.
who asked Chris Carter for a resume?
Well, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging with us today. You all was so much fun. Clark, you're an amazing co-host. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to Ryan, Tyvis, Greg, Chris, all of you. Clark, you've been absolutely amazing. I want to thank also, we had the girls that chimed in from the game, Paris and Maisie. Thank you for the fans for attending. Smoky Bones for making this event possible. Don't forget, Smoky Bones Fantasy Feast offers touchdown-worthy eats fit for any team. The football feast feeds a team of 10 to 12 for a $249.99 package. and guests can enjoy $10 draft beer pitchers along with a variety of delicious cocktails. All locations will be streaming the NFL Red Zone for fans to enjoy live games. So we have some upcoming hangs. There's more football coming. Don't forget, join us in 2 weeks for Texas A&M versus Alabama on October the 7th. Go to let'shang.live to get your free tickets. Fellas, as always, y'all are amazing. Always a great time. Y'all always get me laughing, and the stories are absolutely fantastic. So thank you for hanging. We love you, and we'll see you another time, all right?
Jay,
Thank you.
right.
Go Irish.
All right,
Jay, you
great
can
job.
finish with that by saying "Go Bucks." Like it's only one.
No, we can go.
Don't make me choose.
Go Irish.
Go.
Don't make me
Say,
choose.
Go Irish.
That's why I wore black, so there's no,
There you go.